Have you ever held something so precious you were afraid your very breath might break it? Have you ever had to choose between keeping someone safe and setting them free? What if the deepest act of love isn't protection, but trust? Welcome back to Open Heart. I am your host, Leslan. Today's conversation leads us into an experience as enduring as humanity itself, yet deeply personal to anyone who has given birth to a human being. Motherhood came to me without warning or preparation. No expectation for the depth of change it will bring. I had no idea what was about to happen, what it would mean for my life, my heart, my sense of self. Being a woman capable of creating life, to carry both genders within, is a staggering power. Those physical stages of pregnancy aren't just biological milestones. They immerse you in a profound awakening, a journey into a deeper knowing of who you are and what you're truly capable of. But that power often casts a shadow, one I call the Imposter Protector. The Imposter Protector is that inner voice, the one fueled by societal expectation that insists motherhood must be a flawless performance. It pressures us to shield ceaselessly upon an image of perfect strength and live in a state of heightened vigilance. I know this fear intimately. My firstborn, Catherine, was my first teacher. She arrived prematurely at 32 weeks, a tiny warrior of only 2 pounds and 2 ounces. For 2 months, I watched her through the incubator gauze, her fragile chest rising and falling to the rhythm of monitors. My hands pressed helplessly against the barrier. When she finally came home, weighing barely 5 pounds, I lived in what I called a winter of survival. It was the middle of July, yet I was frozen in a season of what-ifs. I held my breath with every movement, afraid my very exhale might be too much for her. That winter didn't last as long as I feared. 5 months later, I found myself pregnant with my son, Tim. Going through another pregnancy so soon, while still cradling my firstborn's fragility, was terrifying. But Tim was born the following September, a healthy full-term boy. Suddenly, I was a mother of 2. And our lives were shifting again as we prepared to relocate to Seoul, South Korea. In September 1990, Catherine turned 4, started reception class at Seoul British School. She was barely speaking. The imposter whispered that her premature beginning had left permanent scars, but I chose intuition over anxiety. I immersed her in a world of French, Korean, and English. Within 3 months, as the leaves turned and autumn settled in, her silence broke. Her voice filled the room, fluent in 3 distinct languages. That autumn taught me that growth does not answer to our timelines. It unfolds in its own season, requiring space and patience, not force. I realized then my children are not possessions to be shielded at all costs. They are new life from this earth flowing through me. My role is to tend the garden, trust the soil, and step back to let them find their own sun. Now at 65, as a grandmother and teacher, this lesson is clear in every place. I see it when I teach my grandson to ride a bike. The protector in me wants to grip the seat tight, reluctant to let go. But the empowerer knows the physics. Eyes forward, steady pedaling, trust the momentum. When I finally let go and see his smile of pure joy, I know empowerment is a far greater gift than protection. I see it at piano bench too. When I ask my students to close their eyes and listen beyond the keys, I ask them to inhabit their own power. Confidence flourishes only when performance yields to presence. In this stage of life, I am beginning to understand autumn in a new way, the season of release. Motherhood is humanity's great paradox, fragile and resilient, breakable yet enduring. We cling tightly because we fear loss, yet we survive our winters and trust our autumns, learning that letting go is how new life blooms again. Thy infant in the NICU taught me that survival demands presence, not perfection. Thy silent toddler in soul taught me that growth has its own rhythm. Thy grandson taught me that confidence ignites when we loosen our grip. My maternal instinct hasn't shrunk with age. It has blossomed into universal empathy. For the millions of mothers worldwide holding their breath, and for the children waiting to be set free. So today, I invite you to shed the Imposter Protector. Trust your intuition. Whether you are a mother, a mentor, or a friend, ask yourself, am I shielding those I nurture from the world or teaching them how to ride into it? Winter comes, spring follows, summer blooms, and autumn calls us to release. This is not loss, this is life. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Open Heart. I love to hear your stories of motherhood and letting go. You can connect with me at lou@leslancreativestudio.com. This is a space where we share stories, ideas, and questions with compassion, so together we can become kinder and wiser to ourselves and to each other. Take care.